run flat for the first quarter. They are barreling toward the top of the stretch, and it's Re-Rays leading them all. Re-Rays heads for home with the lead. A firm success is set down for the drive. Rare up, driving up in between horses. Kona Gold is there toward the inside. AP Assay is making a run from off the pace. Grand Slam appears on the scene late, and Goldland is flying down the center of the track. He's still 5 lengths behind. Re-Rays coming down to the line. Kona Gold, Grand Slam. Here's the line. Re-Rays got it, and he won by 2.
The Breeders' Cup Sprint, Tom Durkin with the call. You saw it live exclusively right here on NBC and Wave 3 today. And there's a live picture from Air 3 as folks continue to file out from Churchill Downs. A record crowd, more than 80,000 on hand for Breeders' Cup 98 today. If you're just joining us and you're used to watching the 6 o'clock edition of Wave 3 News, we started a half an hour early. Thanks for joining us. A closely watched race for Derby fans today. Today's Juvenile. That's because we could be seeing those entries in next year's Run for the Roses. We want to go now live back to the infield with sports director Gary Fogle and weekend sports anchor Mike Hartnett. Guys, is it too early to already be talking about the Derby?
Well, you know, the record everybody talks about is the fact that the Breeders' Cup Juvenile winner has never come back to win the Kentucky Derby. So in a way, it's a jinx to win this thing. Today, Mike, it looked like Team Lucas with 5 horses in this, Wayne Lucas, against everybody else.
Yeah, and you had the groom is red, but the groom is still running. As a matter of fact, but the Patino-Zito connection didn't pan out. But this two-year-old looks pretty tough, the winner today.
Yeah, he does, and a strong race by him. He lost his last time out by a neck up at Keeneland. Won his prior 2 starts. Looks strong today. Let's take a look at the juvenile race.
Of the Breeders' Cup Juvenile, and they're off. Tactical Cat comes out running, and a clumsy start again for Daring General. There goes, yes, it's true, down toward the inside. Answer Lively is going to run with him in the early going. Bucktright is there, 3 wide in the early stages. Not Easy Being Green is 4th toward the rail. Time Bandit 3 wide in 5th position. Pat Day trying to settle down Cat Thief. He's running a bit greenly. About 6 lengths from the lead is Cat Thief as they make their way toward the backstretch. And a break of 3 back to European Red Sea, who's followed closely by Lemon Drop Hit, already a dozen lengths from the lead. Then it's Alley's Alley, followed by the Gray Tactical Cat. At the back of the pack, Daring General, who was off to that clumsy beginning. And next in line is Mountain Range, well behind the rest. Well behind the rest. As the groom is ready, 15 lengths off the lead. And the pace is strong. An opening half mile here in 46 3/5 seconds as the field moves into the far turn. Yes, it's true. And Buck Tuck challenging for that lead. Answer Lively looms a threat just in behind the lead. Now he's ranging up on the outside from 3rd position. Time Bandit is now racing in 4th. There goes Catfish. And Catfish now is going within 3 lengths of the lead. Lemon Drop Hit is also beginning to make a run. Here comes Daring General, also moving up on the far outside. Tactical Cat is pinned about 6 wide from the lead inside the bench. The groom is red, and Answer Lively. Answer Lively has come away with the lead. Catfish is charging hard to challenge him for that lead now. Alley's Alley is putting in a late run toward the inside. Answer Lively trying to hang out for another 100 yards. Alley's Alley toward the inside. Catfish on the outside. Can Answer Lively hold on? Here's Alley's Alley. Can Answer Lively hold on? Photo finish.
Perfect ride on this horse. First time you've been on him, he really rated well for you.
He did. That was, I guess, the key to it. Would he settle off another horse? He did fine until I called on him, and he drew off probably an insurmountable lead through the middle of the stretch and just hung on.
I tell you what, a lively run today in the juvenile by Answer Lively, and we heard the press conference of the owner, John Franks. You know, earlier this year he said he put this horse up for sale. He had put the feelers out to see if anybody was interested. He thought he had him sold. The buyer called him a day or 2 later and said, nah, we're not interested. And lo and behold, he's got the favorite now for the Kentucky Derby.
Yeah, but it's a long ways away, and obviously a lot can happen between now and then. We saw what happened with the Favorite Trick, juvenile winner last year, who finished up the track in the Derby this past year. So anyway, that does it for now. Mike will be back with you in a little bit. I'm headed to the backside to talk with some folks back there, and Craig, we'll all see you in a little bit.
All right, thank you, Gary Fogle and Mike Hartnett live at Churchill Downs. Well, as you saw from Air 3 a few minutes ago, dusk is falling at the Downs. It's a great end to a fabulous day here in Louisville. But today's crowd inside the Twin Spires was quite different than what we see at the Kentucky Derby. That story when Wave 3 News, the Breeders' Cup, continues.
60% of you wear them, but do they really help you see better? WAVE 3 Troubleshooter Julie Stewart goes undercover, shopping to get the inside on your eyesight.
If you put those glasses on, you would feel that it's not quite right.
Are your glasses out of focus? The Troubleshooter takes a look. Wednesday at 6 on WAVE 3 News.
Hollywood has been making disasters for years. But a real disaster is another story. We know. We're the Army National Guard, ready before disaster is on the horizon. So we're first on the scene with experience and supplies that save lives and restore hope. Guard members train part-time, 1 weekend a month and 2 weeks a year. So they're ready for a crisis anytime. And while they earn educational benefits and more, the biggest benefit may be the satisfaction of helping friends and neighbors in need. If you've ever wished you could help, you can. Call 1-800-GO-GUARD.
In the Army National Guard, you can.
The boys are back in town. North American Championship Rodeo, Louisville's Freedom Hall, November 12th through 14th. Be there for all the action and register to win a Dodge Dakota truck from Winston Pittman's Cardinal Dodge. And you can save on a new Dodge during the rodeo truck sale at Cardinal Dodge. North American Championship Rodeo, presented by Winston Pittman's Cardinal Dodge, WSFR, and WAVE 3.
What's your name? You're a pretty little girl. What's your name? What's your name? What's your name?
Protect your children from stranger danger. An I-Team investigation, Monday at 5 and 11 on WAVE 3 News.
Top of the stretch, they are in front, the short lead. Flight of the Stars is just in behind them, and a host of pursuers are coming on. The horse is in with a chance on the outside. Second Empire. Hawksley Hill is now coming hard. Labib is finding his best stride late. Troyer Venture on the outside. Nothing left for favorite trip. It is the horse on Hawksley Hill. Hawksley Hill into horse. Hawksley Hill forges short lead. The horse is game as they come. Coming down to the line. Spine tingling stretch side. The horse comes back. Unbelievable.
A photo finish in the Breeders' Cup Mile on the turf at Churchill Downs. And today's race attracted not the quantity of celebrities you see at the Derby, but it did attract the world's richest fans, along with a few celebrities. And who else better than to go out there and track them all down? And WAVE 3's Chris Parente.
We started the day with big hopes. It's champagne wishes and caviar dreams. After all, cruising along Billionaires Row, you're bound to run into some celebrities. Even the wait staff getting ready.
All the people that owns the horses, there's people from France, out of town, out of the world, you know, the Prince Albert.
The best seats in the house here on the 4th floor. A staff of hundreds preparing to entertain the elite of horse racing.
The pressure has to be pretty great when you know that the multi-billionaires are going to be sampling your cuisine.
You know, you don't think of that. I mean, all we think about is we try to do the best job we can to make the food taste good, to get it out well, to make everything look good.
But as the day passed, the crowds filing in, lots of wealth. But what about the movie stars?
I'm just a little emotional here. I'm on Billionaires Row, and it's been over an hour and a half, and still no celebrities.
We soon learned this is a different kind of crowd from Derby, mostly horse owners, wealthy fans. But finally, in the home stretch, the payoff. Country music sensation Mindy McCready.
But this is your very first horse race ever.
Yes, it's the first time I've ever seen it, including on TV. I've never even watched it on television, so this is awesome.
Then again, maybe the real payoff is for the waitresses.
A lot of fun.
A lot of fun, good food, and money. Great money.
Chris Parente, WAVE 3 News.
Maybe come Derby time, we'll let Chris back up there on Millionaires Row to catch some of those celebrities. Well, some of the thoroughbreds on race courses today will retire in time, but what happens then? When we come back, a special program that helps the horses and those trying to get their lives back on track. Don't go away.
Because of our name, some people think our stores must be huge. Actually, the biggest thing about our stores is the amount you save.
The Men's Wearhouse.
You're going to like the way you look. I guarantee it.
Brad Pitt,
Jennifer Aniston, Whitney Houston, and Mariah Carey. This weekend on Entertainment Tonight. First, we catch up with Hollywood's hottest couple. And then we're behind the scenes as a pair of singing divas belt it out. Plus, from Beverly Hills to the beaches of Malibu, it's a high-priced open house as we take you to the addresses of some of Hollywood's most exclusive estates this weekend on E.T.
Tonight at 7 on Wave 3.
Being a news leader, it's about having the most advanced weather technology and the experience to know how to use it. That's what makes Wave 3 News, Wave Country's news leader.
Wide at the top of the stretch with Banshee Breeze to take a run at her. Tap the music is in between horses. Keeper Hill toward the inside. Hasina full throttle off the turn. Put to a full-out drive. Banshee Breeze is trying to get to her. A length and a half behind. Keeper Hill is third with 1 furlong to go. It is Hasina under the whip trying to fend off Banshee Breeze. And Hasina is still there at the 16th pole. A final try from Banshee Breeze. She's lengthening her stride. It's going to be close. Here's the line. Hasina and Banshee Breeze hit the line together. A photo finish.
Yet another stretch call from today's Breeders' Cup at Churchill Downs. We told you a moment ago about some of the thoroughbreds when they retire. Where do they go? Some go to the slaughterhouse, but up in New York there's a program that puts inmates with these horses, and they sort of work hand in hand. We had that earlier on our special 5-hour Breeders' Cup 98. We wanted to pass that information along to you. Something good for the inmates and something good for the horses to live longer lives and stay out of trouble. We now want to go back to Air 3 and check in with meteorologist Kevin Harden. How's the crowd looking out there, Kevin?
And a good evening to you, Craig. The crowd is trying to get out of the Downs as quickly as they can. The key will be patience. You're looking now at the Longfield parking lot. Still quite a few cars needing to get out onto the roadways, and the roadways are backed up as expected with so many people trying to get out of the area. So it's going to be a slow and go ride for you if you're anywhere around the Downs, whether that be the Longfield Avenue Road here or Central Avenue, Taylor Boulevard. All of the roads around us here backed up and heavy with traffic. So we're going to keep an eye on the traffic from Air 3 here. We'll be back in just a few minutes with a weather report as well. Craig, back to you.
Kevin, it does look like the traffic's moving pretty well on some of those streets around Churchill.
Yeah, traffic's moving good. The key here is realizing that there is quite a large volume of cars out here, so it's going to just take a little bit of time to get everybody back home. So if you have people that are coming home, just expect them to be running at least somewhat later than normal because of all the traffic out here. But yeah, they are all moving. There's no backups otherwise that would normally be expected there, Craig.
All right, Kevin Harden live in Air 3 near Churchill Downs. And more to come from Churchill Downs, including the action outside the historic track. That is our special coverage of the Breeders' Cup. Continues on Wave 3.
Check this out. Stuff goes there. Friends pile in here. You grab this. 132 horses go here. To take you and 4 of your friends here, there, anywhere. They'll think you're cool, but we'll know you're smart.
They say no marriage is made in heaven, but ours is made somewhere very nearby. So for this, our 10th anniversary, I'll give you something really special. I'll mark this anniversary with diamonds and show you I'd marry you all over again.
The diamond anniversary band of a carat or more. A diamond is forever. De Beers.
You can feel it start to burn all through here. All you can think about is getting rid of it quickly. I even tried Zantac 75, but it didn't work fast enough. Finally, I asked my doctor, and my doctor said Mylanta. Fast-acting Mylanta was made to work fast where heartburn hurts most. Soothing, on contact. It's so fast. My doctor said Mylanta.
And if you suffer from gas, there's a Mylanta just for you. Mylanta Gas.
1948. WAVE TV is the first television station in Kentucky to sign on the air. Now, as we celebrate our 50th anniversary, WAVE 3 is first again, presenting our live broadcast signals over the internet. Wherever you are in the world, you can log on to wave3.com for the latest local news and programming. Wave 3, leading the way with the most advanced technology. That's what makes Wave 3 News, Wave Country's news leader.
He will come to the top of the stretch, and no one has gotten to him yet. Widening the lead, 2 furlongs to go. He leads by 3 lengths as the field turns for home and station with a second. Sunshine Street is set down for the drive third. Here comes Yardley, who's kicking in the middle of the course fourth. Dushiantor is fifth. Chief Bearhart, too much to do. Final furlong. Bucksboy trying to gut it out for another 16th of a mile. Yardley is second. Dushiantor, Sunshine Street, and Chief Bearhart. Here's the line. A wire-to-wire tour de force on the turf. Shane Sellers, a clever and calculating ride. A brilliant piece.
And again, in case you missed it earlier, a record crowd today at Churchill Downs, 80,452, seeing all the races, including that one right there on the turf. On this Breeders' Cup Day, not all the activity was going on inside Churchill Downs. Before the gates opened this morning, some were braving chilly weather, and others had a chance to make a little cash. Wave 3's Tony Hyatt has this story.
Welcome to Churchill Downs and the Breeders' Cup.
Before the gates opened at 9 this morning, those on the outside looking in decided to forego fashion in favor of anything that would warm the head, heart, and soul.
Did you know it was going to be this cold?
Yes.
You did, okay. Is it working?
My headband?
Yeah.
I don't know. I still feel the cold coming through there.
No one is permitted to bring any type of weapons and or any item which may be used as a weapon and or a dangerous missile.
For one international visitor, this cold was a challenge, especially when it's your first visit to Churchill Downs.
We came yesterday just to have a see. It was good. Back home, we dress formally for things like this, big occasions.
I see.
But here, we didn't know what to do, so we came dressed.
$15, but it's worth it. Yes, sir. For some, today was a busy day parking cars. With the Central Avenue Extension Project, the South Louisville Neighborhood Association was in the parking business at $20 a car.
We're raising money for our youth programs. In addition, our office is being taken by the Central Avenue Extension Project, and we're going to have to find some new digs, and our rent's going to go up.
And unlike Derby Day, Central Avenue didn't have that many people out selling just about everything under the sun. But there was at least one first-timer hoping his food might catch someone's attention. You think you're going to have a pretty good day today?
Oh, well, we're going to have a great day. We're going to have a good time, a lot of fun. If we sell a lot, fine. If we don't, we learned a lot. We'll be ready for Derby, so make sure you see us.
While most agree the Breeders' Cup crowd's a little bit more laid back than the folks that are here on the first Saturday in May, it's still an opportunity to make some money and have some fun. Tony Hyatt, Wave 3 News.
A lot of those parked cars are on the roads and streets around Churchill Downs and Louisville. Folks headed back home, Kevin Hardy.
You got it, Craig. And one thing we want to report to you now that wasn't going on when we last reported, the Watterson now backed up a little bit. It looks as though we may have an accident or something going on down there. So the Watterson eastbound is backed up a little bit. There's looks like one lane of traffic open there as cars are coming down. It's going to be a slow go there as well. So only adding insult to injury with traffic on the Watterson. Let's go ahead and show you your current weather numbers live from the Churchill Downs there. 50 degrees. Northeast winds at 346%. Relative humidity, today's high temperature 53 after a cool start of 28. The national radar does have some rain around the region, most of it setting off to our west across portions of Missouri, and Illinois will gradually move our way as the night goes on. Some of that blue and purple at the top of Illinois and southern portions of Iowa is some snow and even some sleet. That will not be in our area. We'll look for some rain. Future Radar 3000 better pinpoints it for us where the rain will be, and it looks like by about 7 o'clock tomorrow morning. And on before that will be our best chance of rain beginning here sometime after midnight. You can see that rain pushes on through here. We'll remain dry through the afternoon on Sunday on into the day Monday with our next best chance of rain moving into the forecast by Tuesday. So rain later tonight into tomorrow morning, and then some more rain in here for Tuesday. Let's take you through your forecast. Overnight tonight becoming cloudy. Some rain will be possible by 3 a.m. 38, 51 degrees for tomorrow's high temperature. It looks like it will remain mostly cloudy after some scattered morning showers. The extended forecast has temperatures bumping up into the 60s for Monday and Tuesday, then back down into the 50s for Wednesday and Thursday there, Craig. So here we are back over the Watterson Expressway. You see traffic is backed up. Just be patient if you're headed out on the roadways tonight. Craig?
Kevin, I don't like it when you say snow and sleet.
Well, Craig, that's well to our north there. Now, that's not for us, so we'll just expect some rain here.
All right, thank you, Kevin Harden. We'll check back with you later. And when we return, we'll go back to Churchill Downs. Weekend sports anchor Mike Hartnett will have more on today's card of racing for the 15th Breeders' Cup. Stay with us.
Johnny Bench for S&K's Double Play Sale.
Why shop the department stores when S&K has thousands of suits on sale? Right now, you can take home 2 S&K suits for less than you'd expect to pay for 1 department store suit. These are great-looking wool blend suits you can wear year-round, and you get 2 for under $200. So pick up your next double play at S&K, because if you go to a department store, you're going to strike out.
Shop S&K on Shelbyville Road near the Mall of St. Matthews.
Warning, the following content may shock some viewers, especially the low prices at Furniture Liquidators' shocking savings sale. Make no payments and pay no interest till May 1999 while taking advantage of these shockingly low prices. 7-piece country or contemporary living room groups, your choice, just $7.98. 4-piece modern bedroom groups, just $3.99. Even Serta queen-size mattress sets, just $2.99. The prices on this sale have been rated SL for shockingly low. So hurry into the shocking savings sale going on now at Furniture Liquidators Home Centers.
On the evening of July 13, 1998, Louisville police officers responded to the home of Inez Butcher at 2600 Delore Avenue. Miss Butcher had been murdered. She died as a result of blunt force trauma. Area residents reported seeing a young white male running from the scene early that morning. He had shoulder-length brown hair, wore a ball hat, and carried a black bag. Your help is needed to solve this homicide.
If you have information about this crime, call Crime Stoppers at 582-CLUE.
The most advanced forecasting technology in the hands of the area's most experienced meteorologists. Kevin Hardy, Tom Wills, and John Belsky. Storm Center 3 on WAVE 3 News. WAVE Country's news leader.
Here comes Silver Charm. Silver Charm coming with a bold rally on the far outside. Skipway toward the inside, and Swain is coming with his rally, and farther back it is Awesome again. Victory Gallop is gathering momentum. 1 furlong to go. Coronado's Crest, Silver Charm, and Swain, the 3 of them. Not today for Skipway. Victory Gallop continues to close. Silver Charm short lead. Here comes Awesome again, who's flying in between horses. A wild finish to the Classic. Awesome Again has won! Awesome Again is the winner.
An awesome day at Churchill Downs, and with Louisville having a bye week and Kentucky football playing tonight, horse racing is the big news of the day, Mike Hartnett. And I tell you, it certainly looked like Silver Charm was going to pull this one off ever so close down the stretch.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, that 4-year-old gray horse is dead game. Wasn't quite game enough today, and to describe the 15th edition of the Breeders' Cup in one word, it was awesome. To describe the Breeders' Cup Classic in 2 words, awesome again. The Pats teamed up, trainer Pat Byrne and jockey Pat Day team up with Awesome Again, who completes and caps off an undefeated campaign, 6 races and 6 wins for Awesome Again. And that brings us to Awesome Again versus Skipaway for the Horse of the Year crown. You figure maybe Skipaway has probably got it wrapped up, but Skipaway with all the Grade 1 wins versus Awesome Again's undefeated season. After the Classic, we had a chance to meet with Skippy's jockey, Jerry Bailey, who talked about the horse's final race and about the Horse of the Year possibilities.
Jerry, any final thoughts about Skippy? A lot of disappointment. You know, I did this with Cigar, and you always really want to go out a winner. But he had a wonderful year. He accomplished more than any other horse this year.
Can you get Horse of the Year? Awesome Again undefeated. What's going to happen there, do you think?
I don't think there's even close.
Not close.
Skipaway has done way too much already to not get it.
And so Skippy's career is over. Skipaway completes his career in a couple days. He is scheduled to head to Woodford County to begin a stud career. He, of course, was syndicated for $18 million. And what about next year? Of course, Answer Lively, the 2-year-old, maybe probably the early favorite for the Kentucky Derby, of course, at this point. And Awesome Again maybe coming back, along with Silver Charm's 5-year-old campaign. So we see the veterans, some of the veterans bow out, but a lot of horses be back next year at Breeders' Cup 16. Craig?
And after a busy day of racing, it's good to see those jockeys out there signing all those autographs. Not only athletes, true sportsmen out there, Mike.
Oh, yeah, the fans were loving it. And they tried to get all the, after the Classic, they lined up to get the autographs from the jockeys. It's here in Louisville, Kentucky, for sure, racing is a very healthy sport. The fans love it.
All right, and a big day for Churchill Downs at the track. Mike Hartnett live, thank you very much. And you may find this hard to believe, but But there was more than just racing going on today at the track. We're not talking about slipping and sliding in the mud. We'll explain when Wave 3's Breeders' Cup coverage continues.
Insurance means safety and security. For more than 50 years, Kentucky Farm Bureau Insurance has provided that peace of mind for thousands of families. When you need insurance coverage for your home, farm, car or boat, life or health, call your local Kentucky Farm Bureau agent. To get the most for your insurance dollar, ask about our multi-policy discounts. We can provide a quote for all your insurance needs. Kentucky Farm Bureau Insurance. All around coverage, all around Kentucky.
Carriage Ford announces the mother of all sales. Crazy about a Ford truck? You bet. Carriage Ford has available a huge selection of one-owner XLs, XLTs, and Eddie Bauers. That's right, Eddie Bauer Ford trucks. No money down and only $179 a month. No money down, $179 a month. Think you're dreaming? No way. This sale is as real as a country mule is stubborn. Don't miss it. Carriage Ford trucks, best by a country mile.
When disaster is in the air, you can count on things getting rough. And you can count on the Army National Guard. Often the Guard is first on the scene, saving lives and restoring hope. Guard members train 1 weekend a month and 2 weeks a year. So if you've ever wished you could help, you can. Call 1-800-GO-GUARD, because the community you save may be your own.
In the Army National Guard, you can.
Wave 3's November to Remember. It begins with exclusive coverage of the 1998 Breeders' Cup races live from Churchill Downs. Investigative and educational reports parents can't afford to miss. All new episodes of your favorite NBC shows. Blockbuster movies. Plus, Wave 3 rings in the holidays as the official station for Brown & Williamson's Light Up Louisville extravaganza. Exclusive, investigative, unforgettable. Wave 3's November to Remember.
Things are calming down at Churchill Downs. A beautiful afternoon of racing and sunshiny weather. And one of the things you did not see in our Breeders' Cup coverage this morning, a winning combination for a pair of newlyweds from out in Kansas. Meet Chris and Amy Blevins. They're from Coffeyville, Kansas, but instead of getting married at home in a church, they came where else but the Wave Country in Louisville for the service. The chaplain at Churchill Downs performed the service and was capped off when a race hit the track as they were married. The ring goes on the finger, and congratulations to the Blevins, and we wish you much happiness in the future. And I guess a lot of people out there in traffic, Kevin Hart, had wished things would speed up a little bit.
You got it, Craig. Once again, we're over the Watterson Expressway going east here. An ambulance has just now arrived on the scene. Could be somebody hurt there. It's a very slow go here. This is backing things up for quite a way, so a little bit longer of a delay than people have expected. 1 lane of traffic out of the 4. That's all that's open. You see traffic there backed up on the Watterson. That's the Watterson headed east, and that likewise is backing up the ramp off of Taylor Boulevard onto the Watterson Expressway. So it is definitely going to be a crawling traffic mass until they get this accident cleaned up right here near the Downs. Craig?
All right, Kevin Hart live in Area 3. Still to come here on Wave 3 News, it's back to the track and what the winners and losers mean to the future of thoroughbred racing. Don't go away.
Allied Aluminum has built Kentuckiana's finest patio rooms for 3 generations. But Allied also installs professional quality vinyl replacement windows. Imagine the comfort, then pocket the savings with Allied state-of-the-art replacement windows. The quality lasts and the beauty shows. Allied also specializes in custom-made storm windows and doors, carports, awnings, and of course, patio rooms.
Allied Aluminum, your window to the world.
The boys are back in town. North American Championship Rodeo, Louisville's Freedom Hall, November 12th through 14th. Be there for all the action and register to win a Dodge Dakota truck from Winston Pittman's Cardinal Dodge. Saturday night is Cardinal Dodge WSFR Wave 3 night. The first 500 kids 12 and under at the rodeo get free straw cowboy hats. Presented by Winston Pittman's Cardinal Dodge, WSFR, and Wave 3.
The
funny thing about going it alone in business is that you can't really go it alone. You set your own goals. You make your own plans. But along the way, you'll need a partner like National City. We have the loans, credit lines, investments, and advice to fuel your dreams and to take you where you always wanted to go. National City. Follow your own lead.
Wave 3 is your ticket to Kentucky basketball.
Don't miss the action when the Kentucky Wildcats take on the Australian Nationals in their quest to reclaim the national title. Wednesday at 8 on the One Big Blue Calls Home. Wave 3, the spirit of Wave Country.
I want your Wildcats claw to the top of it all. Kentucky basketball. Wave 3's got the call, y'all.
We are winding down our Breeders' Cup 98 coverage. We want to go back now to Air 3 where there's a big traffic jam out there on the Watterson, Kevin Hartnett.
You got it, Craig. It appears as an accident has happened on the Watterson Expressway eastbound. You see Taylor Boulevard in the loop there. That's the traffic trying to get off of Taylor Boulevard away from the downs onto the Watterson, and it's backed up as well. So much bigger delay than folks had anticipated here, as this traffic accident certainly has traffic on the Watterson and all surrounding roads from the Churchill Downs area that are trying to get onto the Watterson backed up. So it's going to be a slow-go traffic if you're expecting people home. They may be a few minutes late. Let's go ahead and take you through the evening forecast. If you're headed out, increasing clouds through the overnight hours. 48 to 38 degrees will be the temperature as we go through the evening. So right now it's about 48, and we'll slowly drop back into the upper 30s for the overnight low. Back out here live in Air 3. We're going to keep an eye on this traffic situation, and we're going to keep you updated here, but right now it looks like it's just going to be a slow-go process trying to get home for the folks leaving Churchill Downs and the 1998 Breeders' Cup. Craig, that'll wrap it up here from Air 3 with traffic and weather. I'm Kevin Harnett.
All right, Kevin, we'll see you tonight at 11 o'clock. Of course, Gary Fogel's on the backside talking to some of the trainers and jockeys, and he'll have more coverage from the Breeders' Cup, some fresh interviews, some reaction to today's big races at 11 o'clock. And Mike Hartnett will have all of today's news, our sports radar. Of course, we'll have more news, and Kevin will be here for that weather forecast. We hope you enjoyed all of our coverage this morning. Breeders' Cup 98, and of course, our hour special here on the weekend edition of Wave 3 News. Have a great night. We'll see you at 11 o'clock.